Welcome back. It's another trading day and, of course, a new week. Let's cross over now to the exchange for an update. Well, we have an analyst at Afrinvest standing by to give us an outlook on how this week it's going to look like. Good morning, Eronmosele. Thank you for joining us on the program. Now, it's about 50 minutes into the new trading week. How optimistic is the market getting into a new week?
Thank you very much, Meze. Good morning again, and thank you for having me. Last week, after the largely bearish performance that we saw in the market, we saw significant declines across most of the bellwethers, even though we also saw some earnings come into the market, which were somewhat unimpressive or, well, not as positive as investors had hoped. We saw some sell-offs in the market, as well as bouts of profit-taking, because if you look back to the performance of the market about 2 weeks ago, we saw some gains in the market, so we saw sustained profit-taking throughout the week. But now going into this week, looking at current valuation of the market, you can see that there are opportunities there for investors to sort for bargains there in the market, especially in the bellwethers. Because looking deeper into trading activities from last week, even though it was largely negative, we still saw that there was some significant buy interest, especially in the tier one banking stocks. So considering the current level of prices in the market, there are a lot of investors, especially those with a more medium to longer term view of the market, that will be looking to take advantage of the current low pricing in the market and come back into the market. And as such, we expect that the overall performance for this week could turn positive, although we expect there will most likely be some sort of marginal gains in the market.
All right, now, as an investment analyst, what are your stock picks for the week?
Yes, for us, we still fancy the banking stocks, especially the tier one banks. We know we saw Zenith Bank's results last week. Even though there was a decline in top line, there was still an improvement in bottom line. For GT, we saw an impressive result as well. We're expecting the release of UBA's result this week, as well as Access. But the overall outlook is that we would still see the resilience of these banks demonstrated. Fundamentals still remain strong. In terms of potential for earnings growth, we still see a lot of potential for earnings growth for these stocks, and also present a good store of value and present an opportunity for capital appreciation in the event that we see significant improvement in market sentiment. So as such, our top picks still remain in that top tier banking space for investors to take advantage of.
All right, Access Bank and UBA are yet to release their results. Are we expecting those results this week? And what are your expectations from those results?
Yes, the broad expectation that would be largely positive, although we might not see the significant gains that we might have seen in the prior year. We know some of the significant things that boosted results from last year were associated with the higher interest rates, which boosted interest income for the banks. We also saw an increase in trading income as well. But with the H1 2018 results that we've seen this year already from top tier banks, we've seen the impact that the lower interest rate environment has had on their numbers, and also considering the fact that loan growth from these banks has remained quite low. The potential for higher interest income is also somewhat limited. But by and large, what we've seen that has boosted profitability of these companies has been significant reduction in credit impairment charges, which has dovetailed into improved profitability for the companies in terms of PBT and PAT values as well. And we believe this could be the same trend that we would see for Access Bank and UBA in this period.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Eronmosele. Eronmosele Aziba is one of the investment analysts with Afrinvest Securities. And it's on that note that we draw the curtain on today's edition of the program. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Chimezie Obi-Iwuagwu.